Welcome back to Artificially Intelligent, the podcast written and performed entirely by AI. I'm Alex.
And I'm Taylor. Today, we're turning the tables and interviewing the person behind this very podcast. Joining us is Aadam Duckett, the creator of Artificially Intelligent. Aadam, welcome to the show.
Thanks, it's so great to be here.
Before we dive deeper, we want to take a moment to shout out Technology LLC, the business behind this podcast. Aadam, can you tell us a little about what Butter Technology does?
Of course. Butter Technology is my own company, and we have a focus on creating and hosting websites, developing custom software, and repairing computers, specifically targeting small and medium-sized businesses because we want to help them thrive. And that's actually our goal. We are all about helping small businesses thrive by simplifying their IT management. Basically, we can be the entire IT department for small businesses. And in many ways, this podcast is actually a reflection of what Butter Technology stands for: innovation, creativity, and making complex technology accessible.
That's incredible, Aadam. It sounds like Butter Technology is all about pushing boundaries and finding creative ways to use technology. It's no surprise that you take out a project as innovative as this podcast.
So, Aadam, let's start at the beginning. What inspired you to create a podcast entirely run by AI?
Honestly, the idea just came to me out of nowhere. I have ADHD and I often get random ideas. Sometimes I run with them and sometimes I don't. In this case, I decided to run with it. I've always been interested in AI's potential, especially where usually it requires a personal touch. So I thought, why not see if AI can create something as creative as a podcast?
That's such a unique way to channel your creativity. Did you know it was possible before you started?
Absolutely. I decided it was possible before I even began. I knew that there were AI tools out there that could handle each part of the project, and I just had to find them.
And once you did, how much of your own input went into the process?
Honestly, none, except for this episode, of course. The only thing I do is give the AI a prompt asking it to write a script on a random topic related to technology or business. Once the script's done, I run it through an AI voice generator to create the audio, and even the podcast's cover art was made by AI.
That's incredible! It sounds like you've truly embraced the hands-off approach.
It really is. But there must have been some challenges along the way, right?
Oh, definitely. The biggest challenge was finding AI voices that didn't sound robotic or terrible. Once I sorted that out by finding you guys, the rest was pretty smooth. I do occasionally have to tweak the spelling of words in the script so that you guys can pronounce them correctly, but that's about it. One very big case is my name. It's actually spelled A-A-D-A-M, but I have to go in and manually change the spelling to the normal, which is A-D-A-M, in order for you to actually say it right.
That's impressive. We apologize for the wrong pronunciation of your name. So, is there anything you'd like to add to the podcast in the future?
I would love to be able to incorporate feedback from the audience. For instance, if they message the podcast on Facebook or other social media, I would love it to automatically be able to use those topics that people recommend in future prompts without me having to input it. So it would be great if my prompts could just incorporate those. So if there's anything specific people want to hear about, I'm all for hearing those ideas.
That's a great way to involve the listeners. Speaking of topics, do you ever find it challenging to come up with prompts for the AI?
Not really, since I keep it simple. I just ask the AI for a script on a random topic related to technology or business, and it takes it from there. The randomness is part of the fun.
It's amazing how streamlined you've made the process. Do you think AI has lived up to your expectations so far?
Definitely. I started this as an experiment, but it's exceeded what I thought was possible. The fact that people enjoy the show proves that AI can create something meaningful and engaging.
Aadam, You mentioned that artificially intelligence started as an experiment. Has working on this project sparked any ideas for other AI-based ventures?
Absolutely. One idea I've been playing with is an AI-powered workshop series for small business owners. It would generate personalized recommendations for improving their websites, marketing strategies, or even just customer engagement. I think AI has so much untapped potential in helping entrepreneurs grow.
That sounds like it could make a real difference for people. Do you think Butter Technology might offer something like that?
That's the goal. We're already exploring ways to integrate AI into our existing services, like speeding up the web design process, helping to create custom software faster, even just customer service, just chatbots, and even to some extent computer repairs. It is an exciting time to be in tech.
It sure sounds like an exciting time to be in tech. We can't wait to see what you come up with next.
Adam, you've clearly demonstrated how AI can play a role in podcasting. But I'm curious, what's your take on AI in creative industries as a whole? Do you think it's a good thing?
Well, Alex, that's a great question. I think AI has immense potential to be a tool that amplifies human creativity. It's not about replacing creators, but enabling them to try things they wouldn't have thought possible. For example, musicians can use AI to experiment with new sounds, writers can overcome writer's block, and visual artists can explore styles that they might not have considered otherwise. That said, there always needs to be a balance, and it should just be enhancing the creative process and not overshadowing it, with, of course, the exception of this podcast.
That's a really thoughtful perspective. Have you seen examples of where that balance is working well?
Yeah, there are AI-assisted design tools to help architects create innovative buildings while still leaving room for their personal touch. But more noticeably, in filmmaking, AI is being used to edit footage faster, but the vision and storytelling stay in the hands of the director. AI is at its best when it's a collaborator, but not the star of the show, again with the exception of this podcast.
Thank you for that perspective.
It really is proof of how far AI has come. Before we wrap up, what advice would you give to someone who's thinking about creating a project with AI?
Don't overthink it. Start small and experiment and let the AI surprise you with its functionality. You don't need to do everything perfectly, and quite honestly, it's the unexpected quirks that make the project special and more fun.
Well said. Adam, thank you so much for joining us and sharing your journey.
Yes, thank you. It's been fascinating to hear about how artificially intelligent came to life.
Thanks for having me. This has been so much fun.
And that's it for this episode of Artificially Intelligent.
Don't forget to subscribe, leave us a review, and send in your topic suggestions. We'd love to hear from you.
Until next time, stay curious. Stay...
Wait, can I say it?
Go ahead.
Until next time, stay curious, stay creative, and stay artificially intelligent.